It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, and I have got a stack of news in front of me, but, some of the main stories that we were covering last week, and really especially on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday's show, was this outrageous police brutality. This Oklahoma City case on top of the Oklahoma State case. Actually, was it Oklahoma City? I'm not sure if it was Oklahoma City. It was definitely in Oklahoma. We covered the 72-year-old great-grandmother that was tased by an Austin police officer. And tonight, we're going to highlight an 80-plus-year-old grandmother having a heart attack in the passenger seat of her, I think it's her grandson's car. He gets pulled over. He's like, "Sir, my grandmother is dying," less than a mile away from the hospital. As he writes the ticket, because his lordship doesn't want an escort an old lady to medical attention, he's like, "Oh, you're making it up," or "I don't care. It's not my grandma." Well, she dies. That's right, folks. Pulls him over. Guy's frantic. "Oh, my God, my grandmother's about to die. I need to get her to the hospital." Doesn't matter. Thug Jackboot doesn't care. Thug Jackboot, killing grandmothers since 2009. And they've been doing this kind of thing for a long time. They just keep getting caught now because everything's on camera. And notice that we haven't seen the dash cams of the incident in Austin where the 72-year-old woman was tasered, or the incident in Oklahoma where supposedly there was a scuffle beforehand. Give me a break. If there was a scuffle beforehand, we would have seen the video by now. He would have charged the EMT officer. None of that happened. None of it happened, folks. Some other top stories that I'm going to be covering tonight. Global warming causes 300,000 deaths a year, says former UN chief Kofi Annan. Secretary General, I'm sorry. He was the head of the UN. And the picture they use is just ridiculously comical. These people are basically wading through a flood as if floods never happened before global warming. Come on. Give me a break there. Israel to stage biggest ever war drill. We keep up on the drills here, whether it's abroad or otherwise. And this one's out of CNN.com. Israel started its biggest emergency drill in the nation's history Sunday to prepare civilian soldiers and rescue crews for the possibility of war, the Defense Force said in a statement. The 5-day drill, nicknamed Turning Point 3, comes amid the nation's rising tensions with Iran. So are they gearing up for more war in the Middle East? Are they gearing up for more action there? Are we going to see even a further expansion of what they want, a Eurasian Union? Well, that's a very big possibility. New York's Green Police nab dirty criminals. You see, now they're calling ENCON officers, conservation officers that have been around since the late 1800s. Green Police, and you're going to see an increase in this. They'll probably get their own little uniform, and they're going to tell you, "Oh, you had garbage out," or "Oh, your car's emit too much gas." Remember, we had the guy who worked at Harley-Davidson call into the program saying, with this new emissions law, every Harley that's out there is going to be street illegal, and it will not be cost-effective to fit these with the new emissions standards. So what happens to Harley-Davidson? My suspicion is that they are going to allow these people to keep their bikes and drive them, but they're going to tax them more. They're going to have to pay a luxury tax or, a bad person tax. Remember, they're training your children on websites like ABC's Planet Slayer that they are worse than a pig, that their carbon footprint is hurting the environment more than that of a pig, folks. And they changed it up a little. At the end, the pig would blow up into a bloody carcass. I think they censored that. Oh, they're very loving. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.